What's the best way you've been fired? I had a great job for about 7 years. It started out great, and I was an entry-level employee on the worst shift possible. My work and skill were recognized with promotions and raises, even a transfer to a project which was the gateway to a position in regional management, a job that would finally free me from retail's nights, weekends, and holidays. It would have given me good benefits and a stable career for my family. At the end of the project, however, the company reviewed our results and decided they weren't good enough. After a year of hard work, my upward trajectory stalled, and I was sent back to the store where I started. I became an assistant branch manager in an area of operations I didn't exactly enjoy or perform well in. Most of the staff had changed, so I barely knew anyone. My boss saw my failure on the big project as proof that I wasn't as good as people said. He treated me badly, and I hated my job. But I couldn't quit. My wife was pregnant, and we needed the money. Every month, it just got worse. My schedule kept changing, sometimes forcing me into long, broken shifts. I applied for jobs at the regional office but never got an interview. Then, the office laid off most of its staff, making it clear that cuts were coming everywhere. Instead of getting laid off, my manager suddenly quit. This saved my job, but also meant I had to take over as temporary branch manager. I didn't want the job permanently, because it could force me to move wherever the company wanted. The job paid decently, but the work was miserable. The store wasn't profitable enough for bonuses, and the health and pension benefits were poor. As branch manager, I was subject to the 3 strikes rule, which meant if I missed sales targets 3 months in a row, I'd be fired immediately. It got to the point the employees didn't like or trust me, and they were right. I wasn't fair, impartial, or even competent. It was a rough pregnancy at home, and I wasn't prepared for the temp job I'd been assigned. If I had savings or could rely on unemployment, I would have quit. But we lived paycheck to paycheck, and I felt like an empty shell of a person. They found a replacement for me in 2 months. A guy who had been manager of the year for the company and regional sales champion several years running. He had successfully accomplished what I had tried to do by moving away, and he came to the store with a lot of paperwork and briefings on the store's problems, including me. In our first meeting, he was honest. I need you to leave. I've talked to everyone here, and the truth is, you used to be great, but now you hate this job. I can't have that. Can you honestly say you even want to turn things around? Thinking I was about to be fired on the spot, I shrugged and replied, no, I won't try. Instead of firing me on the spot, he gave me 6 weeks to wrap up my work, train him, and help with the transition. But you understand that my goal is to restore the morale and productivity of this location, and the best way I can accomplish that is by terminating you. You'll have time to find a new job, and if you need time off for interviews, take it. I've looked at your whole career, not just the last 6 months. You have supporters here who don't want to see you go, but they know it's time. If you can't find a job in 6 weeks, the company won't fight your unemployment claim. And if anyone calls for a reference, I'll tell them you were a strong worker. But you need to leave if we don't agree on a date today. It'll be your last day, and you'll only get your paid time off. He let me think about it for a moment. You're burned out. You're a good person and a solid worker, but this place broke you. Don't let it destroy you. Go somewhere you can be happy. I felt relief, like the guy had unlocked my chains and gave me a chance to reinvent myself. We agreed on a date, and for the next 6 weeks I worked with him, finally able to sleep at night knowing the end was coming. The new manager treated me with respect and kindness, and I regret not being able to work longer with him. He was an inspiring leader, and I'm glad to say that even in this terrible time in my life, I learned grace and empathy from him, lessons I carried into my next jobs. Now, 14 years later, I'm in a different industry, happier and more successful than ever.